Ohio field hockey starts a 4-game homestand this afternoon against Ball State. For Ohio, this 4-game homestand is the end of their regular season. Hello, everybody. My name is Noel Wolf. I'm joined by Claire Geary. And Claire, what a beautiful day for field hockey.
It's honestly the most perfect fall day these girls could have asked for. It's not raining, it's not cold, it's not windy, the sun is out, there's some cloud coverage. It is the perfect fall day and a perfect day for some field hockey, Noah.
And Ohio's probably feeling pretty good about their chances at this point. The 6-5 Bobcats are 3-1 in Mid-American Conference play, sitting at second place in the MAC standings. You look at the Ball State Cardinals, 3-10 overall, 1-2 in MAC play. And one of the biggest things about this Ball State team is that they have played all but 3 of their games away from home. They're 0-5 in true road games and 1-4 at neutral sites. Their last win outside of Muncie, Indiana, came against Davidson in a neutral site game all the way back on September 1st. So this is a team that's had to fight on the road, or at least away from home quite often, but they haven't picked up that key road victory this year.
You're exactly right, and it's going to be tough going against against a team that is placing themselves second in the MAC, and that's your Ohio Bobcats, and that just comes and stems from their offensive powerhouse, which we saw last week in their game against Central Michigan, that they came up 6-1, and on that was Corinne Baker, who scored 2 goals and then earned herself the title of MAC Offensive Player of the Week.
We'll turn this over to Anthony Marino, who will announce the starters and then get us toward our national anthem here at Pruitt Field.
Redshirt junior, number 3, Rachel Piera. Redshirt senior, number 4, Michelle Shampton. A redshirt junior, number 5, Sierra Jefferson. Junior, number 7, Jenna McCoon. Freshman, number 10, Libby Cross. Junior, number 12, Abby Frenzy. Freshman, number 16, Angel Nikosi. Redshirt senior, number 19, Hannah Bond. Senior, number 22, Hillary Scott. Junior, number 23, Audrey Tabor. Junior, number 27, Grace Chavez. Head coach for Ball State is Stephanie Bernthal, who is assisted by Chelsea Herlocker and Alejandro Pastor Picate. And now for your Ohio Bobcats. A redshirt senior from Spotsylvania, Virginia, number 1, Sophia Boothby. A redshirt sophomore from Lebanon, New Zealand, number 3, Taylor Hansen. A junior from Louisville, Kentucky, number 7, Emma Spinetto. A redshirt senior from Charlottesville, Virginia, number 9, Kendall Ballard. A sophomore from Louisville, Kentucky, number 10, Ashley Wilbur. A senior from Perth, Western Australia, number 12, Brittany Keane. A senior from Louisville, Kentucky, number 13, Amy Egerton. A junior from Lebanon, Ohio, number 18, Julian Shive. Senior from Falls Church, Virginia, number 20, Corinne Baker. A junior from Hamilton, New Zealand, number 21, Leah Warren. And finally, a freshman from Oakland, Maine, number 24, Wesley Littlefield. Head coach for the Bobcats is Allie Johnson, who's assisted by Louisa Booty and Karan Minton, along with our special guest coaches for today, Jenny Hall-Jones, Patty McSteen, Chad Bernhardt, Kathy Farrell, and Tammy Andrews. We ask you to please stand and face the flag as Megan Gillig will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, who say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ohio field hockey just about set to take on Ball State. You've heard the starters, and you've heard a little bit of analysis as to what might take place today. Now, Claire Geary, give us your key for Ohio to get the win today.
The key for Ohio to get the win today is just staying consistent with what they've been doing for the whole season, and that's being strong offensively but being tactical on defense. Like I mentioned earlier, they had a very explosive game last week, so they need to help and keep those skills carrying on into today's game. And with the perfect weather conditions, Noah, I think that they have a high chance of keeping those skills up.
Ohio's offense has been the story this year. 28 goals for the team. They're leading the MAC in goals per game with over 2.5 goals every game, or at least on average per game. Their 28 goals this season is already more than they scored all of last season. 25 goals was the number last year. And they've already surpassed that with 4 games to go. And they're all at home, too. A Ball State matchup today at 3 o'clock. Then Indiana on Sunday, followed by Miami and California Davis next weekend. The teams are getting ready to go. Ball State comes onto the field, as does Ohio. The Cardinals in their road white jerseys with black lettering and black numbering. They'll be moving from left to right. Ohio in green today with white letters and numbers on those jerseys. The Bobcats moving from right to left to get things started. Ohio comes into this one at 6-5, 3-1 in the MAC. For Ball State, 3 wins, 10 losses overall, with a 1-2 record in MAC play for the Cardinals. The huddle breaks up for Ball State. Ohio still discussing the last little bit of strategy or perhaps words of encouragement. And it looks like Ohio will start with possession. Jillian Shive in the center for Ohio to start things off. Shive touches to Ballard, and we are underway as Ballard tries to go forward, quickly intercepted by Ball State. Down the right side, Baker now shy forward inside the 25. Quick dispossession there by McCoon for Ball State. And the Cardinals launch one forward. It goes out of play under the careful watch of Wesley Littlefield. But it was tipped off an Ohio stick. Tipped once again off of an Ohio player. And Ball State just slowly working their way up the left side of the field. Rachel Pereira comes forward for McCoon. McCoon runs into some trouble in the middle of the field. Is able to work out of it and pass backwards to Tabor. Down the right side now for Libby Kraus. Kraus dispossessed, but it's given right away. Emma Spinetto was the one on defense there for Ohio. Spinetto steps in again, but can't keep it. And Ball State takes over. Tabor inside the 25. Dealt with by Edgerton, but the whistle blows. Spinetto this time with the key interception, and Ohio wins a free hit here as well. Just a little bit too long for Spinetto, not long enough for Keene. Down the right side comes Tabor. Inside the 25, Audrey Tabor looking to get into the circle. Good defense there, but not quite good enough. Given back away, but Ball State pushes it over the end line, and Ohio takes possession. It was Amy Edgerton that initially stepped in and won it back for Ohio. Ballard working forward, couldn't quite get around a double team. Libby Kraus inside the 25, now Nkosi. Pass back for McCoon, now to the left side. Looking for Ferenzi. Key step in there by Wesley Littlefield. Excuse me, it was Amy Edgerton. Ball State has a free hit working inside the circle. Jefferson. Out over the end line. Ohio catches a break there. Good pass play from Jefferson to Ferenzi, and Ball State nearly found that first breakthrough.
You're right, Noah. They were really, really close to getting that in with a couple key passes and some failed defensive plays missed by the Bobcats with the possibility of scoring. But with that call, it saved the Bobcats some time.
Ball State takes over again. Kraus passes inside the 25 for Ferenzi. Working hard against Ashley Wilbur, and Wilbur earns a free hit for Ohio. Spinetto forward for Keene, just too long. Ball State with possession down the right side. Tabor goes forward. Keene brings it out of the air, gives it to Shive. Tapped away. Jillian Shive. Low entry pass. Baker couldn't quite handle it, but Ohio keeps possession thanks to Taylor Hansen getting her first start. Long corner for Ohio. Kendall Ballard to take. Inside toward the circle for Ohio. Quick shot, good save.
That was a really well-played possession, Noah. Brittany Keene really read that ball and defensively stopped the play from Ball State.
Ballard just wide. And looked like it was Brittany Keene that just couldn't quite get a stick to it to tap it in. Great pass there from Ballard. Just a little bit too strong, and Ball State takes over. Ohio nearly won it back there. Shive. Dispossessed. Spinetto steps in. It goes out of play. It'll be Ball State possession. Tabor enters to herself. It stays in play, and it'll go Ohio's way. A free hit inside the 25 for the Bobcats. Spinetto. Low pass off the foot of Libby Kraus. Free hit for Ohio. Kendall Ballard gives it away. Ball State possession. Tabor looking for Jefferson forward. Tipped away. Good defense there from Edgerton. Wilbur forward for Hansen. Tapped out a play. Key defensive play there from Hillary Scott. Ohio still working forward inside the 25. They'll give themselves a free hit. Low entry pass toward Shive. Violation on Ohio, and it goes for a free hit for Ball State. McCoon trying to get around Shive. Shive stepped in too early. Kraus down the right side just a little bit too long. And now Emma Spinetto leaves it for Edgerton. Amy Edgerton gets her pass intercepted by Kraus. Long forward-looking ball for Ball State. And it was Michelle Shampton that ran it down. But good positioning from Ashley Wilbur. And Ohio re-enters it. 8 minutes, 15 seconds to play first quarter. Ohio and Ball State still tied at nothing. Kraus for Ball State inside the 25. Passes to the right side for, it's taken away now. Edgerton stepped in. Still there for Rosanez Kaloka. She enters it. Passes back and out of play. Misstep from the senior, Aranza Rosanez Kaloka. And Ohio will have to get it out of their own 25. Ballard. For Edgerton. Baker. She was double teamed and it's tapped out of play. Good defense there by Rosanez Kaloka. Edgerton. Wilbur looking for Littlefield. Good run there from the freshman. But Ohio loses possession and Ball State earns a free hit on their attacking half. Under 7 minutes to play first quarter. No score between Ohio and Ball State on this Friday afternoon MAC matchup. Tabor loses it, and Ohio has a chance to press forward here. Spinetto enters it on the left side. Ballard. Taylor Hansen earns a free hit. Ballard inside the circle. Low shot, or low entry pass. It was nearly tipped in by Jillian Shive. Just went a little bit too long. Some good bits of offensive possession here for Ohio, Claire.
You're exactly right. Their offensive possession has been in the works, but they haven't been just close. They've been just close to getting those goals with their ball in hands.
Edgerton enters to Ballard. Ballard quickly dispossessed. And she takes it back. Free hit for Ohio just outside the circle. Ballard. Behind the circle looking for Hansen. Hansen enters it in. Still there. And Ohio scores.
What a beautiful play. They had a cross across the middle just in front of the goal. There was a little bit of a mishit on the right side of the field, but it was made up for off of that displacement from Ball State's defensive pass. And they shoot and they score and they put the first points up on the board.
1-0 Ohio. 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Ohio gets themselves on the board. Spinetto forward
That
for
first
Whittle.
Ohio goal was scored by number 3, Kayla Hansen.
Whittle for Baker. And Ohio earns a free hit. It was Taylor Hansen that had the goal for Ohio. Her third of the season in her first start. Inside the circle for Baker, taken away. And Ball State keeps it down their own right side. Ball State attacking down the left. Littlefield steps in on defense, but loses it out of bounds. The Cardinals still trying to force it in. Goes out of play untouched over the end line. 4 minutes to play, first quarter. Ohio with a 1-0 lead over Ball State. Keene looking forward for Whittle. Whittle trying to work around one defender, and she ends up giving away a free hit. Ballard. Hansen. Looking forward for Keene. Brittany Keene looking for Warren or Whittle. Now, quick shot from Corinne Baker that's saved by Chavez. And Ohio gives away a free hit. It's been moments of confusion that Ohio has capitalized on once, nearly capitalized on right there.
That's exactly it, Noah. They caught Ball State off guard when that ball was disconnected really quickly, and with that quick hit and then a quick shot right towards the goal, I think it threw them off on how fast this offensive can be.
Edgerton will enter from the left. Spinetto. Ballard. Ballard runs around a double team and passes forward for Shive. Down the right side for Ohio. Back to Shive inside the 25. Shive gave it away, but still a chance for Ohio to reclaim possession. Whittle nearly got it done. Ball State trying to force it out of their 25. They give up a free hit. And now a penalty corner. Ohio leads 1-0. 2.5 minutes to play first quarter, and we're seeing the first short corner of the game.
It was a really nice move offensively to pull that with Spinetto to go and drive that ball up and keep this team on its feet.
Keene to take the corner. Ballard at the top of the circle. Keene to Wilbur, quickly in for Baker. Couple saves from Chavez, still bouncing around, and Ohio earns another penalty corner.
Defensively, that was an impressive position and movement by Ball State with all those girls lined up in the box. They read what the play was going to happen with and then attacked it on all fours.
Grace Chavez came up with a couple saves in quick succession there. Ohio earns another penalty corner. Corinne Baker will move over to the right side of the circle. Kendall Ballard still up top. Brittany Keene to take it once again. Keene to Wilbur. Wilbur looking for Ballard, and Ballard can't control it. It goes out of play. 2 penalty corners for Ohio in quick succession, and Ball State able to deal with them both defensively.
That was just a poor shot on Ohio's offensive side, just a little too far, and with some too much momentum on it, caused the ball to go out of bounds with the turnover.
Ball State moving forward. Ballard steps in. Still bouncing around inside the 25. And Jillian Shive earns a free hit for Ohio just outside the circle. Hansen, low cross, tipped away. Still there for Ohio. Whittle plays it in. Kick save from Chavez. And Ohio earns another penalty corner. Less than 90 seconds left first quarter. We'll see if Ohio can capitalize on their third short corner of the game.
Hopefully they've learned how Ball State's defense works in these penalty corners. They've read them enough with the first 2 attempts, and they get it on their third try with the luck.
Keene will once more take the penalty corner. Ballard stands at the top of the circle. Shive and Wilbur over toward the left. Keene stopped for Ballard. Plays it off for Shive. What a save from Chavez.
Chavez really had to go out there and reach for the ball. It was really a true reach that was a crucial save for Ball State.
Ohio looked like they had a long corner but gave it away, and now Ball State trying to drive up the left side. Shampton plays it off, but plays it out of play. Ohio looking forward for Hansen. Hansen loses it. Tries to win it back. Ball State able to press forward. Jefferson plays off for Nkosi. Now back for McCoon. Left side. Played forward. Not quite accurate enough, but it is Ball State possession. Tipped out of play by an Ohio player. 10 seconds to play first quarter. Ball State trying to get something going on the attack, but Ohio looks like they'll be able to deal with it enough to let the final seconds tick off the clock, and they will. At the end of the first quarter, Ohio leads Ball State 1-0. Claire, your thoughts?
My thoughts are, so far, Ball State came off really strong offensively. They had that really quick shot on offense during the first half of the first quarter and just really attacked it. But then Ohio's quicker offense, and they came off very aggressive when they got their chance and shined when they had the chance.
We'll take a quick break between the first and second quarters. We'll be back after the intermission between the two periods. Ohio leading Ball State 1-0 after 15 minutes. Welcome back to Pruitt Field Ohio and Ball State field hockey. Ohio leading 1-0 as the Bobcats try and work an offensive possession down the right side. Quick ball forward goes out of play, and Ball State can't get it out of their own 25, at least not initially, but it looks like they will have success, and they'll take a free hit. Ballard steps in here for Ohio, but loses it. Earns a free hit, though. Ohio takes it quickly. Baker, Warren. Given away, and Keene can't quite win it back. Good step in there from Audrey Tabor, but Ohio wins a free hit. Hansen, she scored the goal earlier. She passes to Warren. Littlefield. Another free hit for Ohio inside their own 25, or inside their attacking 25, I should say. Wilbur. Warren. Powers her way inside the circle. Quick shot. The tip in, not quite there. Good idea as Spinetto was in the area. Ohio earns a long corner. Wilbur. Warren. And Shive gives it away on the pass from Baker. Ohio has been the team with the most possession, certainly the best looks on offense, Claire.
You're right, Noah. Ohio's taken 8 shots offensively, and Ball State's only gotten 1 so far. Granted, 3 of those shots came from corner shots for the Bobcats, but that doesn't mean that they're not aggressive, still outscoring them, minus those corner shots, still 1-5.
Well, yeah, and you can't discount penalty corners because earning a penalty corner means you have that attacking energy anyway. You can't earn a penalty corner without being in the circle. So Ohio, I mean, yeah, that's another great stat to look at. 3 penalty corners earned compared to none for Ball State so far. Cardinals driving down the right, and it's given away. I honestly think that for Ohio, the biggest thing was getting that first goal, and they did it in the first quarter.
Right, and they just needed that little bit of a trampoline to bounce off of and keep their momentum moving forward in the game, because I think that's what they were struggling with when Ball State came off so aggressively in that first quarter.
Ballard to take the long corner. Wilbur, low pass, doesn't quite connect with anyone. Ball State possession. But the main reason that I think Ohio's really happy to have that first goal is that Ball State has been stingy in MAC play. They've played 3 MAC games, 1 and 2 so far, but they held Miami scoreless through 90 minutes, through 60 minutes of regulation, and they lost 1-0 in overtime at Miami. As Ball State trying to find an answer here, working inside the circle, quick shot, tipped away by Boothby, but Ohio gives away a penalty corner. Boothby doesn't like the call. Ohio will have to deal with a Ball State penalty corner. 1-0 lead for Ohio. 11.5 minutes to go in the second quarter.
And Noah, you mentioned about having that 1 up on Ball State, considering that they went into overtime against Miami, and having that 1 goal lead is just what the Bobcats need to make sure that they hang on to it.
Jefferson to take the free hit. McCoon and Kraus at the top of the circle for Ball State. Stopped by McCoon. Quick shot deflected by Ballard. And Ohio earns a free hit. They've dealt with the penalty corner. Spinetto looking forward for Shive. Shive turns, finds Baker. Looking for Hansen, and Hansen gives away a free hit.
That was a beautiful save by the Bobcats, and then just excellent defensive work in the communication to drive the ball up towards their end of the field.
Yeah, it was Kendall Ballard that did most of the legwork on that penalty corner, fearlessly sprinting out of the cage and blocking what would have been a tough shot to deal with. Littlefield Warren trying to spin around, loses control, and Ball State now pressing forward. Abby Ferenzi. Ferenzi for Jefferson. Down the right side for Ball State. Jefferson inside the circle. Tipped off out of play by Edgerton. It'll be a long corner for Ball State.
Ball State is still hanging in there. They've been aggressive coming right off this turn of the quarter, just like they did at the start of the game.
McCoon to Scott. Trying to find a pass inside the circle. Well dealt with there by Edgerton. Spinetto. Warren. Powers her way through the middle. Looking for Keene, tipped away. And Warren not able to win it back. But Kendall Ballard wins it back for Ohio. Tries to find Jillian Shive forward, but tipped away. Ball State's been able to deal with the pressure from Ohio. Baker down the right side for Hanson. Shive. Shive shot deflected. Penalty corner, Ohio.
That was an efficient drive down the right side by Baker, truly leading the pack and setting up the offense for that shot. But fortunately for the Bobcats, that defense made a mistake, granting the penalty corner for the Bobcats.
Brittany Keene will once again take the penalty corner, including this one. She's taken all 4. Ohio leading Ball State 1-0, 9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. At the top of the circle, 4 Bobcats, including Leah Warren and Kendall Ballard. Keene enters it in. It's stopped for Warren, or for Ballard, excuse me. Looking inside, gets past the goalkeeper, but Ball State defender able to deal with it. Ohio entered it in, but it was quickly taken away. And Ball State deals with the penalty corner despite Grace Chavez letting the ball get behind her.
That was a good defensive read for those in the cage. They crashed the cage, saw that the goalie was just a little too far out. Once that ball got past her, they still had a second line of defense behind her.
Forward for Ball State now, as Haley Jolly chases one down. Passes to Shampton, back to Jolly. In for Jefferson. Edgerton on the fight, and it's out of play. Ohio ball. Good defense there by Amy Edgerton, making sure that Sierra Jefferson was not in for Ball State. Shive. Ballard. Tipped away by Nkosi. And Ball State earns a free hit just outside the 25. Quickly entered in for Nkosi, but Hanson stepped in and pushed the ball out of trouble. Under 8 minutes to go, second quarter. Ball State leading Ohio leading Ball State 1-0. Ball State driving down the left side. Quick pass inside the circle. Tipped out of play. Long corner for the Cardinals. Tabor. Low cross in. Littlefield got to stick to it first. Hanson able to whack it out of danger. And Ohio earns a free hit. Or I suppose it went out of play off a Ball State player, so Ohio will re-enter. Rumbaugh for Ball State. Misplaced her pass, and Littlefield was able to step in. Keene with a good dispossession, but she's whistled for a foul. And Ball State catches a break there. But just like that, they give it right back to Ohio. Bobcats leading 1-0, 6.5 minutes to play, second quarter. Edgerton. Edgerton wins a free hit for Ohio. She tried to take it a little bit too far forward. Edgerton. Wilbur. Looking for Ballard. Still with Hansen of Ohio. And Hansen earns a free hit. Plays it forward for Ballard. Ballard for Shive and Whittle. Ohio concedes a free hit. Ball State tries to drive forward. Wilbur steps in immediately. Warren. Warren earns a free hit for the Bobcats. Wilbur. Low cross in for Warren. Leah Warren just barely gave it away. And now Ball State will try to drive it out. Good step in from Wesley Littlefield to take it away for Ohio. Wilbur. Edgerton, forward for Ballard. Kendall Ballard finds Taylor Hansen down the right. Keene gives away the free hit. Whittle wins it back for Ohio. Keene quickly in for Shive. Dealt with by the Ball State back line. Looked like Hillary Scott was able to take it away and then push it out of bounds. Warren. Warren re-enters it. Goes back for Littlefield. Littlefield inside the circle. Earns a free hit for Ohio just outside the circle. Young. Gave it away. Michelle Shampton steps in for Ball State. Cardinals trying to draw up a counterattack here, and Kendall Ballard got her stick in there. Nicosi driving forward for Ball State. Jefferson. Jefferson inside the circle. Good defense there, combined by Edgerton and one other player. Now forward for Ohio, Jillian Shive sprinting down the left side to keep it in. Quick cross, deflected, and it'll roll out of play the other side. Ohio earns a free hit. Just over 3 minutes to play in the second quarter. Bobcats leading Ball State 1-0.
Defensively, the Ohio Bobcats really read that pursuit that the Cardinals brought upon them and took it with full force.
Littlefield's pass just a little bit too long. Warren couldn't quite control it, and Ball State will re-enter. Young. Looking forward for Baker. Baker whistled for a violation. Ball State driving forward. Spinetto steps in. Looking for Whittle forward. Whittle still fighting for it, but ultimately it's Alex Conrad that was able to step in. Conrad to take the free hit for Ball State. Back for Scott. Conrad. Drives it forward, looking for Jefferson. Too powerful for the redshirt junior forward to handle. That gives the ball back to Ohio. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Bobcats with a 1-0 advantage over Ball State. Edgerton. Whittle. couldn't quite control it. Tabor for Ball State. Spinetto with the dispossession. Warren. Warren gives it away. Misplaced her pass. Hillary Scott. Forward for McCoon. Down the left for Scott. Quickly forward, Littlefield steps in, but ends up giving it away.
1 minute to play, 1 minute.
Bond. Still Hannah Bond. She earns a long corner for Ball State. Bond this time gives it away, but is quickly taken right back by McCoon. Played in for Jefferson. Good step in from Amy Edgerton. And Ohio earns a free hit. Amy Edgerton, key in defense there for Ohio.
Amy Edgerton was in the right place at the right time and did exactly what she needed to do, and that was stop the drive from Ball State about to crash that cage.
Wilbur comes forward. Baker, Spinetto keeps it in but can't keep control. Pereira takes it away and the clock expires, signaling the end of the first half. Ohio with a 1-0 lead over Ball State after 30 minutes of play here at Brittfield.
And during those 30 minutes of playing, you could really see the difference between the first quarter and the second quarter of how Ball State attacked the Bobcats. They came off a little timid, but with aggressive play on the field during the first quarter, got a little confused during the middle of it, and then they really tightened up during that intermission going into the second and left Ohio scoreless and keeping the same score at 1-0.
Ohio 1, Ball State 0. The one goal came from Taylor Hansen, assisted by Emma Spinetto back in that first quarter. After this 10-minute break, we'll be back for the second half. This is Ohio Field Hockey on Bobcat TV. Welcome back to Pruitt Field. Ohio Field Hockey leads Ball State 1-0 as we get ready for the second half between these two teams. Bobcats looking to improve to 4-1 in Mid-American Conference play. Ball State looking at least for an equalizer, but in general looking to even themselves out in MAC play and get to 2-2 in conference. Ball State starts things off. They're wearing white and moving from right to left. They earn a free hit, and they'll take it quickly. Nikosi plays to the right side for Ball State, trying to work their way inside the circle. It's tipped out of play. Long corner. Hillary Scott to take it. Scott plays back for Pereira. Over to Tabor. Tabor. Low cross in. And Ohio earns a free hit. Well dealt with there by Sophia Boothby.
Sophia Boothby has just been really, really strong in the cage today. Also with the help of her teammates, but she had a really nice save at the beginning of the game. And again, great defensive play here at the start of the second half.
Ohio Field Hockey leading Ball State 1-0. 14 minutes to go, third quarter. Noel Wolf with you alongside Claire Geary for this Friday afternoon MAC contest. Ohio driving down the left side. Spinetto working in toward the middle a little bit, looking for that pass. She'll go to Ballard. Hansen. Still with Hansen. Keene inside the circle. Hansen tries to win it back. Well defended there by Nikosi. And Ball State able to earn the free hit. Tabor. Looking forward for Shampton. Shampton had to run too far back for that one. Goes out over the end line. And Ohio has possession. Wilbur forward for Keene. Keene loses it. Tabor takes over for Ball State. Good stick work there by Tabor. Bond. Ballard takes it away. Looking for Warren. Warren leaves it for Corinne Baker. Baker looking way forward for Jillian Shive. But good defensive work there by Rachel Pereira. Ballard nearly takes over for Ohio. Instead, Bond. Littlefield stepped in to win that one away for Ohio, and Wilbur made sure to keep it with the Bobcats. Ballard for Baker. Back for Spinetto. Spinetto driving forward. Earns a free hit. Ballard to take. Looking for options. Plays it to herself. Now Warren. Absorbs contact. And Ohio earns a free hit just outside the circle. Warren. Back to Spinetto. Spinetto had it tipped out of play. Long corner for Ohio. Ballard. Looking for Shive. And Shive couldn't get around the double team. Ohio gives away a Ball State free hit. Third quarter here at Pruitt Field. 11 minutes to play in the third quarter. Ohio leading 1-0. Quick shot just past the outstretched foot of Chavez. Corinne Baker looking to get back on the score sheet there.
Baker really looked at what she had open, and it was wide. There was nobody defensively who was really trying to keep up with their goalie and keep the defensive packed. Hence, she took that shot just a little too far off to the right side of the cage, but it was still another attempt at trying to up their score.
Ohio to re-enter from the right side. Littlefield to Wilbur. Wilbur mishit it. Jefferson for Ball State. Taken away by Edgerton, but she overstepped her bounds. And Ball State trying to enter it inside the circle. Goes out of play. Ohio ball. 10 minutes left in the third quarter. Ohio leading Ball State 1-0. Keene looking for Hansen. After a touch from Nkosi, Warren takes over. Runs into some trouble. Tries to win it back, gets tangled up. And Ball State with a free hit. Pereira. Tabor. Trickles out of play. Littlefield will re-enter for Ohio. Looking for Hansen. Hansen just couldn't quite keep it. Bond takes over for Ball State. Caitlin Whittle steps in to win it back for the Bobcats. Still Whittle fighting with Nkosi. Nkosi gets around a double team of Whittle and Leah Warren. But finally, Whittle wins it back. Warren tries to keep it. Runs into some tough defense and wins a free hit. Another free hit for Ohio. Quickly taken by Hansen. Forward for Keene. Keene fighting with Tabor. And gives away a free hit. Ball State will take it. 8.5 minutes to play, third quarter. Ohio hanging on to a 1-0 lead over a stingy Ball State team.
And you mentioned stingy, Noah, and they've just been defensively that strong in Ohio's offense. Yes, they read it in the first quarter, but now they're really needing to succeed and take advantage of their weapons to overpower this stingy defensive Ball State.
Many Ohio teams at home this weekend. Field hockey right now with a 1-0 lead over Ball State. Soccer just kicked off, and it sounded like just scored. I believe Ohio has taken a 1-0 lead over Central Michigan over on the soccer field, thanks to an Olivia Molesky goal. And then later tonight, some volleyball in the Convocation Center. Surging forward now for Ball State, Hannah Bond. Good step in there on defense for Ohio. Keene. Baker. Baker with some options. Looks for Ballard just a little bit too long. Keene steps in. Ballard tries to win it back, ends up losing her stick. Littlefield steps in and wins an Ohio free hit. But plenty of sporting action here in Athens this weekend. The three sports I mentioned taking place this evening. And then football kicks off tomorrow at noon at Peden Stadium. Some more volleyball tomorrow night. And then on Sunday, soccer and field hockey once again.
It's just an action-packed filled weekend here at Ohio.
Ball State loses control over the right side. Less than 7 minutes to play. Third quarter. Ohio leading Ball State 1-0.
This Ball State team has definitely put up a fight so far during these first three quarters with 6:23 still left to play.
Good leading pass for Hansen. Her pass for Keene is tipped. And Ohio wins a free hit. Hansen to take it. Tipped out of play, or rather went off the foot of a Ball State defender. Another free hit for Ohio. Hansen. Goes into the box for Whittle. Penalty corner, Ohio.
Really good placement for Whittle to go and try and work her way into that cage area to force a penalty corner, and hopefully the Bobcats can score off of this.
Taylor Hansen will take it. First 4 penalty corners were taken by Brittany Keene. This one will be Taylor Hansen. At the top of the circle, Spinetto and Corinne Baker. Entered in short for Keene. Low shot, just wide.
That was a really fast and low shot, but unfortunately it was just a tad too far out of the cage's reach, or out of the ball's reach, I should say, to the left, and it surpassed and missed the goal.
Ohio still with a 1-0 lead. 5.5 minutes to play, third quarter. Ball State trying to force it outside their own 25. Tabor looking forward. Bucky stepped in, but couldn't keep possession for Ohio, and Ball State will now surge down the right side. Good defense there from Edgerton. She wins a free hit for Ohio, takes it herself. Edgerton. Bucky. Trying to find Edgerton again, but Angel Nkosi stepped in and then wins a free hit for Ball State.
Edgerton really became crucial during that little spackle on the field where they were just going back and forth and ultimately gave possession.
Shive. Whittle can't keep possession as Pereira made the most of it on defense. Ball State drives forward with Callie Rumbaugh. Forward further for Rosanez Coloca. But it goes out of play. Free hit for Ohio. Wilbur to take it. Edgerton's pass deflected. Bucky tries to keep it for the Bobcats. And, excuse me, that was Spinetto that wins a free hit. 1-0 Ohio. Under 4 minutes to play. Third quarter. Wilbur surging forward. Finds Spinetto. Back across the field for Littlefield. Littlefield, Wilbur. Ohio wins a free hit. Amy Edgerton heavily involved on defense there. Whittle. Warren. Bucky. Now down the right side for Hansen. Looks for Baker. Still with Corinne Baker as she enters the circle. Baker sweeps it in. Shive nearly on the end of it. Well dealt with there. Looked like Audrey Tabor was the main contributor on defense for Ball State.
A very, very good defensive play by Audrey Tabor, who deflected the ball and moved the momentum towards the left side of the field.
Just over 2 minutes to play in the third. Ball State trailing Ohio 1-0. Ohio wins possession back down the left side. Whittle gives it away. Nkosi plays it over to the left, and Ball State earns a free hit. Shive for Ohio. Looking for Warren. Just a lot of congestion. Couldn't find the pass up forward, but Ball State gives it away. Hansen enters it in from the right side. Looks to find the circle. Warren. Tripped up inside the circle. Penalty corner, Ohio.
Ohio really needs to capitalize on this penalty corner right here, right now, because with only 1 minute and 7 seconds left, they essentially have just what they have left right now going into the fourth quarter to up their lead against Ball State and really secure the win.
Hansen will take it. Amy Edgerton and Taylor Hansen, Amy Edgerton and Leah Warren at the top of the circle. Baker and Shive over to the right side. Stopped by Edgerton. Hansen, her shot deflected. Quick one in, deflected and in! Jillian Shive gets on the end of it and doubles the Bobcats' advantage.
Jillian Shive was exactly what those Bobcats needed to keep their momentum moving forward. Now having the score up with 2-0 against those Cardinals, they have exactly what they need to keep pursuing and going on that dirty grind, that very nitty-gritty with the Cardinals defense that they've got here today.
Ohio leading Ball State 2-0.
Number 18, Julian Shive.
Less than a minute to go in the third quarter. Shive gets credit for the goal. Leah Warren with the assist for Jillian Shive, her third goal of the season. For Warren, her second assist. .20 seconds to go, third quarter. Ball State looking for an answer. Ashley Young steps in for Ohio. And thus ends the third quarter. Kind of a back and forth period, but Ohio took advantage of their opportunity with the penalty corner. And Ohio leads Ball State 2-0. After 3 quarters, we'll take a short break and be back with you for the fourth. You're listening to Bobcat Field Hockey on Bobcat TV. Welcome back to Pruitt Field, Ohio, with a 2-0 lead over Ball State. We're set for the fourth quarter, the final 15 minutes of play. Ohio got on the board first in the first quarter as Ball State starts us off in the fourth with a long pass way out of bounds. First quarter goal for Ohio came from Taylor Hansen on the assist from Emma Spinetto. And then just in the dying seconds of the third, Ohio doubled their advantage. The goal came from Jillian Shive on the assist from Leah Warren. 2-0 Ohio, fourth quarter. Shive chips it up and scores. Ohio takes advantage of a defensive lapse for Ball State. And Shive pokes it over the goalkeeper, Chavez, and gets her second goal of the day.
Shive has found her momentum and has capitalized on the lack of defense from the Cardinals, just chipping it over the defensive players' heads and into the cage with a beautiful shot. Noah, it couldn't have happened any faster for these Bobcats.
Goal was scored by number 12, Brittany
35
Keene.
seconds in to the fourth quarter, and Ohio takes a 3-0 lead. Shive played forward off the Ball State stick. It'll be Ohio possession. Ballard. Littlefield. Ballard again. Ball State looking for an answer as they drive forward. Jefferson earns a free hit. Ohio wins it back. Forward comes Baker, runs into some trouble though. Good defense from Rachel Pereira. Ohio earns a free hit. Warren inside the 25. Just loses control but earns a free hit. Outside the circle, Spinetto. Ballard. Ballard inside the circle. Tipped out of play. Ohio earns a long corner. Warren. Quick entry pass for Ballard. Kendo Ballard was essentially triple teamed there, and she couldn't get around the three defenders. Ball State trying to surge forward. Good defense there from Ashley Wilbur. Littlefield now, back to Wilbur. Surged forward for Shive. And it trickles out of play. Edgerton. Down the left. Shive. Keene keeps it with Ohio. Sweeps it across the circle. Nobody home to be on the end of it. And Ball State will have possession.
Keene had a good thought there to shove it across, thinking that someone might have been over there, but unfortunately no one was there to crash the cage and potentially score again.
11.5 minutes left in this contest. Ohio leading Ball State 3-0. Keene wins a free hit for Ohio. Excuse me, it was Corinne Baker that won the free hit. Hansen. Hansen loses it, and Ball State is able to get it out of trouble. But the Cardinals can't get on the end of it. And ultimately, Claire, Ball State just hasn't been able to figure it out on the attack today.
You're right. Unfortunately, Ball State has been a little confused all over the place when it comes to the transition between their offense and defense. Once they gain possession of the ball, that's when they're starting to get confused of where are they going to set up the play and how's that play going to then perform. So they're losing it in the transaction between getting the ball from offense to defense, and ultimately that's what's been hurting them here at Pruitt.
3-0 Ohio lead. Just about 10 minutes to go in the game. Keene gives it away and gives up a free hit. Hannah Bond wins it. Pereira to take for Ball State. Goes back for Tabor. Spinetto steps in. And Spinetto gives away a free hit. Ball State charging inside the 25. Ferenzi trying to work her way inside the circle. Earns a free hit just outside of it. Ferenzi. Ballard steps in. Goes to the left for Edgerton. Ball State won it back, made a quick pass inside, but nobody on the end of it. And Ohio takes over. Bobcats with a 3-0 lead over Ball State. Hansen just tipped out of play. Littlefield. Wilbur. Still coming forward, Ashley Wilbur. Finally runs into trouble. Now free hit for Ball State as they try to capitalize. Jefferson inside the 25. Free hit for Ball State. Free hit again. Hannah Bond inside the circle. Great defense there for Ohio. Taylor Hansen dealt with the trouble. Ballard. Wilbur gets around one defender. Plays to Edgerton. Tipped away. Ball State surging forward, looking for, at this point, what might be a consolation goal. Just about 7 minutes to play in the game. Ohio with a 3-0 lead over Ball State. Whittle. Whittle gives away a free hit. Ball State takes over. Jefferson down the left side. Good defense from Hansen as she wins it back. Gives it away there, though. Tabor. Dispossessed by Ballard. Evidently, Ballard overstepped her bounds. Free hit. Another free hit for Ball State just outside the circle. Tabor looking for a way in. Tried to find Ferenzi. It's tipped out for a long corner. Ball State looking for a response. Pereira. Inside for McCoon, tipped away. Only as far as Pereira for Ball State. Left side for Bond, looking for Jefferson. Jefferson. Penalty corner conceded by Ohio. Boothby came out of the cage to try and defend against that one, and she's whistled for the short corner. 6 minutes to go. Ball State looking to capitalize on this opportunity. They trail Ohio by 3.
If Ball State wants to really prove themselves here in the MAC, considering that they've been shut out at both games here, shut out at both games that they've played within conference play, they really need to take advantage of this corner shot.
Jefferson enters it in. Stopped at the top. Edgerton with some good defense. Pushes it for Spinetto. Goes out of play, but Ohio at least successfully defends the corner.
That was a nice read by Edgerton defensively.
Ohio gives away the free hit. And yet another one. Now Ohio wins a free hit. 5.5 to go. Ohio well on their way to their 4th MAC victory. Bobcats looking to improve to 4-1 in MAC play. Great showing so far for the Cats on both sides of the ball. 3 goals above their average. And so far holding Ball State scoreless. For Ohio, this would be their first MAC shutout if they can pull it off. Ohio surging forward. Whittle in some space. Gets around one defender. Now she's swarmed a little bit. Good solo work from Whittle, but she just can't get around all 3 defenders by herself. And Ball State will enter it in from their left side.
It was a nice run by Whittle, who gave the Bobcats a field advantage in accordance to where the cage in their goal.
Ohio earns a free hit. Ballard to take it. 4 minutes to go in the game. Ohio with a 3-0 lead over Ball State. Whittle, Young, back to Whittle. Inside the circle comes Ohio. Whittle shoved over, penalty corner.
Even though there was a good pursuit by Whittle on that play, with the defense's mistake, that gives the Bobcats yet another opportunity to shoot and score here at Pruitt.
Just under 4 minutes left in this contest. Ohio trying to extend their advantage one more time. It'll be Taylor Hansen to take the short corner. At the top of the circle, Kendall Ballard and Ashley Wilbur await. Stopped by Wilbur. Passes to Ballard. Ballard shoots. Good save by Chavez. Still there. Defensive save. Cleared off the line. Still there for Ballard. Tipped up. And Ohio gives away the free hit. So Ball State successfully defends the penalty corner. Couple good chances there from Ballard, but some good goalkeeping as well from Grace Chavez.
Grace Chavez really read that, had the first save, and then popped it back up into the air. And then it was really a battle in the air. You saw a couple of the sticks being swung up high, trying to get the ball down lower so they could shoot and score it. But honestly, a very good defensive move by Ball State.
Ohio with a 3-0 lead. Bucky. Tipped out of play. It'll be Ohio ball. Bucky looking for Hansen. Hansen will win it. Now Littlefield. Hansen gives away a Ball State free hit. Ballard for Ohio. Just a little bit too long for Wesley Littlefield. green card shown to Jenna McCoon, so she'll have to sit out 2 minutes, and we only have about 2 minutes left. Whittle inside the circle, gets around the goalkeeper. Another defensive clearance. Actually, the cross from Whittle was into the side of the cage. Ohio playing with a one-woman advantage, 11 on 10, with McCoon sitting out for 2 minutes. She'll come back into the game when there are about 7 seconds left. 90 seconds to play. Ohio leading Ball State 3-0. Bobcats will improve to 4-1. Ball State will be sitting at 1-3. Those are the MAC records of the respective teams. Whittle for Ohio. Gives away the free hit. Ball State trying to find that last second goal just to get themselves on the scoreboard. Bucky down the left for Ohio. Less than a minute to go. Wilbur. Littlefield. Ohio at this point content to just defend or possess the ball and run out the remaining seconds on the clock. 30 of them. 30 seconds left. "15 seconds until the Ohio victory is official." Littlefield. As the final seconds tick off the clock, there's the final buzzer. Ohio victorious. 3-0 the final score as the Bobcats take down Ball State.
So the people who were crucial for Ohio's game today were our 3 goals so far. The first one by Taylor Hansen, assisted by Emma Spinetto, who we heard a lot of with her defensive play and really being able to switch the sides of the ball with their possessions. The second goal was scored right at the very end of the second quarter, right before the first half. It was by Jillian Shive, and then they turned it around and did it quickly again with the score again by Jillian Shive and the assist by Brittany Keene. So Jillian Shive was the person who shined on the field today for the Ohio Bobcats.
Shive doubled her goal total for the year. She had 2 goals coming into this game and had 2 goals in the game, so she's up to 4 for the year, sitting 1 behind the team's goal-scoring leaders, Corinne Baker, Leah Warren, and Kendall Ballard, all with 5 goals. None of them scored today. You said it. Taylor Hansen with the first one, Jillian Shive the next 2. Ohio improves to 7-5, 4-1 in MAC play. For Ball State, they fall to 3-11, 1-3 inside the Mid-American Conference. Ball State will next be in action at Longwood in Farmville, Virginia, next Friday. Ohio stays at home to finish out their season. The second of 4 straight home games to end the season will be at 11 o'clock on Sunday morning, welcoming the Indiana Hoosiers to Pruitt Field for Ohio's 3rd Big Ten opponent of the season. First touch again for that one is 11 o'clock a.m. And it's here at Pruitt Field. We'll also have the coverage for you on Bobcat TV. Myself, Noah Wolf, and Nick Veland will be on the call for that one. Ohio wins this one 3-0 over Ball State. For Claire Geary, for Zach Roberts and Luke Steiner, my name is Noah Wolf. It's been a pleasure to have you with us on this beautiful Friday afternoon. I'll talk to you on Sunday morning from here at Pruitt.